But there is one country where there is no difference between it and ISIS, and that is Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is the root of ISIS. If Saudi Arabia tells you it has a problem with ISIS, what's the problem? You have a problem with executions, you execute. Beheadings, you behead. Anti-Shia, you're anti-Shia. Anti-Christian, you're anti-Christian. Plurality of opinion, you've got a problem when it comes to plurality of opinions. When Saudi Arabia gives you the rhetoric that it's against ISIS, it's the biggest load of nonsense politically in this world. Saudi Arabia has absolutely no problem with ISIS whatsoever. Saudi Arabia's only problem is that the call for caliphate within ISIS means there's a threat to their leadership. Otherwise, the vision of ISIS is the vision of Saudi. The complete destruction of Shi'izam, the complete destruction of Christianity, the complete killing of those who go towards the graves, the killing of those who believe in intercession, and further than that, execution and beheading is something normal. If you look at the rhetoric of ISIS and the rhetoric of Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab, the ideologue of the Wahhabi school in Saudi Arabia, there is absolutely no difference between the rhetoric of ISIS and the rhetoric of the Wahhabis. Many times people ask, the Wahhabis, who are they? Al Saud, Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab. Al Saud needs someone to defend their power. Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab has the perfect ideology. Al Saud tell Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab, we look after you, you look after our government. Your teachings don't allow anyone to speak out against us, and we will fund your works. Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab, 18th century, we're only talking a few hundred years ago now, we're 21st, correct? A few hundred years ago, Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab begins writing anti-Shia, massacre the Shia, kill the Shia, destroy the Shia, burn the Shia, rape their women, take their children, take their women as slaves. An absolute venomous attack, one after the other on Shia. Attack Christianity, don't let Christianity spread. Attack anyone who goes near the qabr of Rasulullah. Attack anyone who shows any respect to the qabr of Ahl al-Bayt, to the qabr of the Sahaba of Rasulullah. No one's allowed to do any wasila, no one's allowed to do any shaba'a. This is all shirk until the Saudi royal family, when they're powerful enough, what do? When they're powerful enough, they make sure Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab's books are spread everywhere. Ibn Taymiyyah is spread everywhere. Ibn al-Qayyim or Ibn al-Qayyim al-Jawziyyah's books are spread everywhere. And before you know it, the ideology is set in stone. ISIS has come in different forms. Al-Qaeda is a form. Al-Nusra is a form. They may differ whether it's the right time for Khilafah or the wrong time for Khilafah, but they all come to an agreement. We are anti-Shia, anti-Christian, and the two of them are to be killed. And I'm not holding back in saying this. I'm being very clear. The only two they want to get rid of is what? The only two they want to get rid of is the Shia and the Christian world. They want to completely annihilate them. Ibn Taymiyyah is ISIS's lord. Ibn Taymiyyah has two books. Minhaj al-Sunnah, a reply to Allam al-Hilli's work, yes? Allam al-Hilli and Ibn Taymiyyah, if they communicate with each other, you'd find that Allam al-Hilli would write to him, respected Sheikh. Yes? Respected Sheikh. Ibn Taymiyyah had so much hatred. Allam al-Hilli's title is Ibn al-Mutahhar, son of the pure, correct? Ibn Taymiyyah used to write to him, Ibn al-Munajjas. To Ibn Taymiyyah, the Rafidi blood is normal. Execute. Behead. Rafidi has to be finished, has to be pillaged, has to be killed. His most famous work, Minhaj al-Sunnah, you can't go to a bookshop in Saudi without that book. If you're wondering why ISIS is massacring the Shia, it's because the main ideologue's main work, number one, Minhaj al-Sunnah. Number two, you find that what else works? Al-Jawab al-Sahih against Christianity. That means Saudi Arabia, let's put this formula together. Saudi Arabia's most important thinker, whose books are sold the most, calls for the killing of Shia and Christians, and the Saudi embassy is the biggest embassy in Washington DC. How are you going to stop terrorism? 1 minute you're having dinner with the ambassador of the very country that teaches go out and massacre everyone. We are the victims of terror as Muslims, correct? But the Christians are the victims of terror as well. When the Christians in America, listen to this, or the Christians in the UK, or the Christians in Africa, I'm telling you, Saudi Arabia will oppress you as much as it oppresses us. The Saudi royal family does one thing, which means they are unstoppable. They fund university departments in the world, giving them big money. 20 million Harvard, 20 million Georgetown, 20 million Oxford, 20 million Cambridge, 20 million Princeton, 20 million Yale. These are the think tanks of the earth. When you fund them, that means academics write books. You know, there's one writer who wrote a whole book praising Muawiyah as the savior of the Khalif of Islam. Saudi Arabia has pumped billions into ISIS and the war in Iraq. Saudi Arabia, since Zia-ul Haq in Pakistan, has pumped so much money into destroying Shia in Pakistan. Saudi Arabia sent soldiers to attack Shia of Bahrain. Saudi Arabia and Qatar is the whole reason there's a war in Syria. And they kept on saying, why doesn't so-and-so have democracy? Why do you have democracy in Saudi Arabia for you to tell the world about democracy? And it's high time the non-Muslim world knew the biggest problem is the country with the best oil. Make a decision. You can't turn around and have it both ways. Either diplomatic relations are cut, or do not be surprised if there isn't another terrorist bomb in this part of the world. America, Europe, Africa, young Sunni kids are being brought up on Ibn Taymiyyah and Ibn al-Qayyim. The days where Abu Hanifa could sit in Imam al-Sadiq's class, or the days when Malik could sit in Imam al-Sadiq's class, the days when Sufyan al-Thawri and the others who were scholars of that period could sit with Imam al-Baqir, Imam al-Sadiq, the days when the book Al-Muraja'at could be written, where the ulama of Najaf and ulama al-Azhar could write letters to each other with respect. The days where Sheikh Mahmoud Shaltut, head of al-Azhar, said the Ja'fari school is the 5th school of fiqh in Islam, those days are dying one by one.